Okay, so we have an MCQs, another MCQs, and this is about the suspense account. Okay, so let's check it out. And this is for AS level and MCQs, AS level accounting. So a trial balance does not balance, and a suspense account is opened. Subsequently, the following errors are found, and the suspense account is cleared. So the number one error is a sales invoice for 1240 had been omitted from the books. So we know that this error will not record in the suspense account because this error is the books of original entry, and that is why it is not original entry, basically errors of omission, because you just know omitted this amount from the books of accounts. So we know that all the errors which is basically will not affect our trial balance, it is not recorded in the suspense account, so we will not include this thing in our suspense account. Rent paid was entered correctly in the cash book but incorrectly as 62200 in the rent account. Okay, so rent account basically was for we recorded 62200 incorrectly. Okay, but our rent was $2600. $2600 we should record, but we record incorrectly 6200 in our rent account, but we correctly enter this amount into cash book. Okay, so it means that when we would have been recording this, so it is like rent debit by $2600, and your cash book should credited by $2600. So we have recorded this transaction well, but we should record $2600 in rent account, but we recorded $6200 instead. So it means that somehow we overcast our rent account. Okay, so what does it mean? What it means that now we have to credit our rent account, because we put the amount 6200 in our rent account which is overcast, and our real amount was $2600. So it means that we should decrease our rent account. So if we are going to decrease our rent account, so it means that we have to credit the rent account because the nature of the rent is debit. Okay, so first of all, let's see that what is the difference between the amounts. 6200 minus 2600, so we have basically 3600. So this is our rent account. So suspense account debit and rent account is credit. Okay, so the third error is the purchase journal was undercast by 1980. So we know that our purchase journal should debit whenever it is increasing, but we undercast it by 1980. So it means that we should record 1980 on the debit side of the purchase journal. So that is why now our purchase journal would be debit and your suspense would be credit, because we undercast purchase journal. So we should increase the purchase journal by 1980 dollar. Okay, so we know that we have credit side heavier. So now we have to deduct 3600, deduct 1980 from the 3600. So now we have the difference of suspense, difference of trial balance in our suspense account on the credit side. So what is the difference? So the difference is 330,000 minus 980 is equal to 1620. Okay, so 1620 on the credit side. So our option A is the right option.